oh, what trials have gone through to get to this point. And especially the magical girl who is fought valiantly but fell at the last hurdle. If I've learned anything recently, and taking advice from Kaguya-sama, yeah, love is war. Quite evident in there when it's laid out in front of you like this. But life is funny like that, isn't it? It's quite a few compromises to hopefully better ourselves and everyone around us. But Rika is still caught out in the rain, so let's hope nothing adverse happens to her. Shall we find out? The downside of being a nice guy. You inadvertently hurt those around you sometimes. Although it's a lot better than just being a generic arsehole who hurts a lot of people. At least he wasn't completely dense on the situation and picked up on it. That was a quick cut. To be fair, she would have always taken the umbrella with her, and this time it was because of her. But what was that? Was that a sneeze? I have heard some quite amusing sneezes throughout the years. So was my did I actually say it? I can't remember if I said it or not. But with Rika standing out in the rain catching a cold. So if she does end up becoming ill and that sneeze wasn't just like a one-off, how is that going to impact her search? Have I really only just consciously understood that when they're on the turntables in the beginning, they're keeping their eyes tracked on the camera, like, as they're turning? Now that the magical girl had to face what she had. No, she's got a fever. Does that mean she's going to double down on her Chuunibyou? I've never been ill enough where I've hallucinated or had vision impairment. At least he's tough on her when he needs to be. Yeah, you're not having to enter the mourning period right now. But as to be expected for such a loyal servant. Would you want them all within close proximity of her chimera? Came to say, good, get well soon, stayed for the cat. Don't let them all know. Yeah, exactly. Well, it kind of goaded her into doing something at least. You got to love how Kumin is just so straightforward with it. Are they buying more of that blue crystal thing? I'm sure she got one before. I don't understand why he's reverting to that kind of personality, but this is only gonna. I expected like a slap or something to break him out of it, not an imitation of Dekamori. Why are you in a dinghy? Don't fall into the river, especially if you're jumping about. Well, she's not soaking wet, so I'm guessing she recovered. Yeah, just keep adding colons and subtitles. Everything's better then, isn't it? So, yes, doubling down. I think just the verbal telling off would have been fine without the physical punishment, especially to the eyes. Should he have to do anything in this situation? Kumin laying down the truths. She cares for them all. Because Kumin is the only one that didn't go through that phase. She came here for the sleeping and the naps. How many games consoles and whatnot does she have? Oh, there was a message alert. Who better to hand out advice of love than the great Mori Summer herself? Don't eat grass. If you can't get through to her with actual advice like, wow, normal advice, going straight for the Chuunibyou angle. Sometimes you need self-inflection. Please don't become a second Dekamori and become incredibly attached. Ah! She's quite protective of her fake summer, yes. We're not going to see the payoff? Hmm. Yes. How many times is that exact scene going to play out in various ways? And for what reason? What? Facing things head on? You were just talking to her. She's gone out searching again, has she? Why is Blue Moon, which has a more yellowish green hue, but still. Where it all started with the token that fell out of the book. It's quite amazing. What are those sounds in the background? Oh, it's her walking while we're in a feverish state. But it's quite amazing how he's come up with all of these plots and events for the future. How planned out was his Chuunibyou phase? Is that Norse? I can't remember. It sounds familiar, those three words, but I can't remember where from. So it had to be done tonight, is that? How much money did she spend on those fake gems just to highlight patches she's already looked in? I would have thought the disturbed earth would have been a good enough indicator. That's the problem with riddles. And especially when you're using like landmarks. If you're trying to save something for decades, the landmarks where you hide them could change. What would have happened if one of these pylons was taken down and replaced by, I don't know, a convenience store? To a dangerous degree. In her own way, yes. If she hadn't already got it, she's got the confirmation that she needed. Take a second and get your breath. Really? You break your foot that easily? Well, so she had to be the one to do it. That's why she was so... trying so hard to persevere. No need for pretense now, just... getting on and telling her that you was worried. And the confirmation we all needed, really. Surprising it was in such good condition. But what does the free tokens actually get you? So that you already knew where whatever this was, because you didn't even need the tokens there. Cause you just... Is it going to be a... I don't know what rock it is going to be, but it's gonna... like a prism effect on from the moon. Several symbols that I've seen here, like one of them was a snowflake. The interconnected web of everywhere that she had previously searched. You've really got to give it to them for going all out for these visuals and these particular segments. Not quite sure what this is supposed to gain, but he can really get in character when he wants to. Fine. Let's set aside the reality of what's going on right now and them just running around, but as long as they're happy and not causing too much mental damage for the future. Don't do that. Don't try to make out like the world of magic is actually interfering with reality. Was Rika actually decent at her schoolwork? I can't remember if she was. I still think it's quite dangerous to be doing this, like, I don't know, every night. One day you're gonna slip and cause some proper injuries. Is that something else from the origin of the character? I wonder if that was a legitimate, she's, actually moving, or if that was just acknowledgement of she's letting him go. You probably couldn't see the air quotes that I made there, but... Hang on, what episode is this? This would have worked as a finale kind of episode. It's like every episode for the past 4 or 5 of them have just like been their own self-contained thing with stuff going on, and then it's like, oh, that finishes that bit of storyline, and then it starts to immediately again. And yeah, I know there's a Chuunibyou movie. I don't know if I'm going to be watching it straight after this season or not. If you want to see it, then you're going to have to let me know, because your engagement is what really gets me to know what you guys want. It's never too good to hold on to the past so tightly and never want to accept any sort of change. But then again, at the same time, those who forget the past are doomed to repeat it. So I can't remember her names properly, so Magical Girl is doing it the right way, is incredibly stretching the word and the meaning of correct, but by facing her inner demons and charging at things straight on and letting go, I guess. Sometimes life will throw an impasse at you, and you can sit and wallow, or you can try to carve your own way ahead. And for 2 seasons of this relationship that's been building between Yuta and Rika, I really hope there's a payoff. It's been slowly building up, but maybe even one for Dekamori and Nibatani, who knows? But definitely, the only character that I think truly matters and deserves happiness was going to become a Kumin. But if you've enjoyed the episode and you want to see the movie, please let me know. Because if you don't, I might just have to put it back because, well, procrastination is my forte, so without you pestering me. Unfortunately, during most of Chuunibyou it's quite difficult for me personally because I'm not good on psychology. I'm not good at giving advice. Probably a lot of the stuff I say is contradictory because I am the big dumb. It's a fun watch anyway, isn't it? So while you're still here, at least let me help you out a little by telling you to get some rest, so I can see you in the next one. This channel is brought to you by my lovely Patreons. Of course, that's not entirely true, because I also do it just for the enjoyment and so you can have a little bit of fun as well. But if you must thank anyone, then definitely thank Flordotaku, Sal, Raywin, Denimed1997, and Luis Ormanza. And if you reach this part, then give yourself a cookie. Thank you.